low, but it's cutting them out completely. So, good thing. Um, I need to put a new battery in my lawnmower, and I hope I don't get rained out uh, when it comes time to use it. But the grass has slowed down because it has been fairly dry here. It's looked like it was going to rain several days, but it never really got around to. There was some nasty clouds to the south, but nothing actually reached us. So that's that situation. So I'll keep it short. I guess it goes to Buddy, WB4ARK in the group, KZ4B, over.
KZ4B, WB4ARK, okay, John. Well, those clouds to the south didn't do a thing. We haven't had any rain at all here in quite some time. So that's the story on the weather. Not sure what the temperature is. I'll give that next. Nice clear day, not a cloud in the sky, nice sunshine. And so we don't have much else going on. We're taking a little time to relax from the work I did on Saturday and Sunday. And so we're just taking it easy here. So over to Cliff, WB4NKL, WB4ARK.
WB4ARK, it's WB4NKL. Good morning to everybody. Got 59 degrees here. Dropped a degree, and I guess some rain's on the way. I've got some guys doing some house repairs here, and they're starting today. So don't really need the rain. A little, some of it involves some shingles off the roof, so hopefully we won't get a lot of rain, or maybe they can work around it. George Kenwood 590 sounds great. Big signal up here today, S9 on this Collins meter. So guess band conditions are pretty good. It's good and quiet anyway. So sounds like guys are needing something there. I hear them ringing the doorbell, so I'll check with them. Go ahead, Glenn, N48K, WB4NKL.
Okay, Cliff, WB4NKL and the group, November 4 Alpha Kilo. All signals are good. Everybody's 15 to 20 over. And George, you're 15 over right now. Sounds good. A little bit of QSB, but just like your local this morning. 63 degrees over here at sunset, partly cloudy. Claims it's going to get up to a high of 77, so it looks like it's going to be a very pleasant day. Got a little bit of rain projected here for tomorrow. Enjoyed seeing the guy ride the tower down. He's glad he rode it all the way down instead of falling off. And oh me. I'm lucky this morning. I have a day off. I'm having to do cardiac rehab, and that's on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So being quite an old fella, I'm a little bit sore from that. Really out of shape. So cardiac rehab, they've got every kind of exercise instrument in the world. So I'm going through that. You know how it's like PT. It's unless you're on the very hairy edge of having some pain, it's not doing any good. Well, I'm sore all over. So back up to the top. W4MEC and 4AK.
Very good, Glenn. N4AK and the old friends net. Do we have any others that would like to check in? Please come now.
W4DCS.
Doug, anybody else? Okay, Doug, very good. You'll be after Glenn next time, then over to me. And go ahead and make a transmission. Turn it back to me. W4DCS and the old friends, W4MEC.
Okay, Charlie, W4MEC, W4DCS, Winston-Salem. Well, we've got about 68 degrees and overcast, and let's see, I'm running the DX100 with a D104 amplified mic into and off center fed. Listening on the SDR, Charlie, I got a huge signal coming in here this morning. A good copy on all the guys, George and everybody else. So good band conditions. I won't hold it. Back to you. Oh, I was going to say, Steve, yeah, I'm trying to grow grass too. We could use some rain, so maybe we'll get something out of this system coming through tonight or tomorrow. W4MEC, W4DCS.
Okay, Doug, W4DCS and the old friends, W4MC. Yeah, any other check-ins? Okay, looks like it for so far. Let's see, it's W4MC and the old friends net. Real good. Well, it sounds like they're giving you a good workout there, Glenn, with those exercises. Hope they're not going to overdo it. So. That's a nice doorbell you got there, Cliff. I wonder if it's a doorbell or a driveway alarm or something. I got a drive alarm on my place. It's just we call it the bee-boo. That's what it sounds like. And tell me if somebody's turning in and see whose it is. Let's see. George, great signal this morning up here. What else we got? I'm going to look at that video here in a little bit. That'll be interesting. Glad we could get it posted. And I finally broke down and bought one of those flashlights. I mean, 21 bucks, who could turn it down? And, but the real reason I looked at the video of those people using it, and I said, you know, I wonder if it's really 10,000 lumens, because I've got back when the coyotes used to be a problem, me and my neighbor used to be concerned about them before he got a donkey. And I got a rifle with a light on it, and it's 700 lumens. I went and looked it back up. And it is, 700 lumens is amazingly bright and focusable just like that, but it's only about 3 inches long, about a half an inch in diameter, and clamps to the muzzle there. And when you turn that thing on, I mean, you can see across this pasture like it's daylight, and that's only 700 lumens. So I'm going to do a side-by-side and see if it's really 10,000 or it's just bragging rights. So we'll find out. Anyway, so take it away, Dave. WA4LR, the group, W4MEC.
All righty. W4MEC, WA4LR, 10,000 lumens. Good grief. It sounds like you could burn holes in paper with that. But you may have a laser. Be an interesting comparison, Charlie. Yeah, everybody's got a good signal this morning. And George, the TS90 590 sounds good. Well, let's see. John and Buddy were talking about clouds with no rain. That's kind of been the way it's been here. We've had clouds, we've had a mist, but no measurable precip. They're saying we might get some tonight or in the morning. Cliff, good luck on the house repair. I hope the rain holds off so you can get the shingles taken care of. And by the way, I'm using the tuning unit I picked up from you down in Chattanooga Hamfest. So it seems to be working okay. Nice to be able to just switch back and forth between two 80-meter frequencies without having to get inside, change crystals and so on and so forth. Glenn, good deal on having a day off from rehab. And they say, no pain, no gain. Sometimes I think the folks that are in physical therapy are masochists, but I don't know. Oh, you know, every time I've had to have it and grunted a little bit, the therapist would say, "You want full motion back, don't you?" So, oh well. Anyway, let's see here. Space weather. Not a whole lot going on. The sunspot count's 136, solar flux index is 133, and the K is 3. So on the high end of quiet, I guess, or mostly quiet. A few items from this day in history. On this day in 2023, Hamas attacked and slaughtered 1,200 Israelis. On this day in 1996, Fox News Channel was launched. On this day in 1985, 4 Palestinian terrorists hijacked the Italian cruise ship Achille Lauro. On this day in 1952, Vladimir Putin was born in Leningrad. And on this day in 1849, for all you literary types, Edgar Allan Poe passed away in Baltimore. On this day in 1826, the Granite Railway, the first chartered railroad in the United States, began service. And on this day in 1780, the Battle of Kings Mountain took place. That's one that's close to home. And it was quite a battle. In fact, the British forces had 157 killed and 698 captured, and the colonial forces had 28 killed and 60 wounded. So the colonists had a victory on that day for sure at Kings Mountain. Okay, down to you, Steve. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR, N4LQ. Yeah, Kings Mountain is just down the road from us here, and that's the name of the city and the battleground. And the mountain itself is called Crowder's Mountain for some reason. But anyway, real fine on ordering that flashlight. 10,000 lumens. That is probably in comparison to something else that claimed even more lumens than what it really is. I just looked up the how many lumens the sun puts out, and approximately 16 quintillion lumens of sun. That's 16 quintillion. So anyway, I guess the next thing somebody will claim a flashlight is as bright as the sun. Well, the grass seed that I've been using the past few years in the wintertime, I put it down in the fall, and it comes up in just a matter of a few days, and the whole front yard is just bright green. It stays that way all winter, and it's the cheapest grass seed there is, probably. It's Pennington Annual Rye. I get it at Lowe's, and I take about 25 pounds to cover the front yard every year, and it gets it ready for winter. And during the spring, late spring, it just dies off, and there's what's left is just a nice green crop of weeds. So my yard always looks better in the wintertime. But let's see, exercise instruments. Well, I've had different things over the years, and they always seem to fall into disuse somehow. Right now, I don't have anything except I've got an incline table that you hang upside down, or just about upside down on, which did seem to help me get over my back problem. And then I've got an old-fashioned belt vibrator that you You stand on it, put the belt around you, and you lean back, and it gives you a good shaking. And I like that thing. It's good for when your muscles get real tight. So there you go. Over to George, and you're sounding good, George. Your signal's good and strong here. Good copy, good modulation. K4GDN, N4LQ.
N4LQ and the old friend, K4GDN. Thanks for the signal reports, everybody. And I've always been pleased with the Kenwood equipment. I started out with a 570, and my brother has that, and it's still running fine. And then I went to the 590. And I do like the 10-tank tuners, the 229, and I've got a 238. And they are convenient. The possibility of bypassing the tuner and selecting different antennas really is a convenience that some of the other tuners don't have. The other tuners I've got here are all Johnson matchboxes in one form or another. And as far as exercise is concerned, 5 days a week I put in about 40 minutes on a combination of a stationary bicycle and an elliptical machine. I had to quit running several years ago. The orthopedic doctor said I had to get away from the high impact stuff, so the elliptical machine and the exercise bike are what keep me going there. And like I say, I try to do 40 minutes 5 days a week. And as far as projects here, right now I've pretty much finished up with the 1998 Sportster, the 883 Sportster I was working on. It came out of the factory as a Hugger, which is a lower version of the Sportster as far as ground clearance is concerned, and whoever had it before me even put another lowering kit in it. So I got rid of all that, got rid of the straight pipe exhaust and a few other items there. Got it set up pretty much like a regular Sportster. The biggest thing was I had to replace the right turn switch, which involved replacing the whole right-hand control. That wasn't all that big a deal. It's just that when you get the aftermarket replacement, it's got the wrong connector on it and it's wired slightly different, so you got to go through that rather carefully before you put it on. But that all seems to be in place now, and as a matter of fact, yesterday I washed and waxed the bike in it, so it's pretty much in its finished condition. Let's see, everybody seems to be coming in here quite well. I do get some QSB, particularly on Glenn, but other than that, everybody is fully readable. So with that, John, it's coming to you. KZ4B and the old friends, K4GDN.
Okay, K4GDN and the group KZ4 Bravo. Fine business, George. You are booming in here, heavy QS Baker, but you're swinging between S9 and 10 over, which is unusually good. I'm enjoying that. Talking about the flashlights, like Charlie, I've got several shotguns with 1,000 lumen lights on them, and this 10,000 lumen thing light that Steve put me on to strikes me as being 10 times that bright, and they're bright to begin with. So I don't think they're fudging much. Remember that you can focus that light, and so if you got it on the flood setting, it doesn't look all that impressive. But if you twist the lens and narrow the beam, it's like a laser. It's just really crazy bright. And I need to find a mount, because I like to mount mine on a gun, because you can see forever relative to most lights. That was a real deal, and thanks again, Steve, for putting me on to it. Muy impressivo, to say the least. Shifting gears, I tried sowing winter grass here, and it was an unusually warm winter, and I ended up cutting grass all winter, and so I have sworn that off. I'm too lazy for that. It does look good, but so I'm cured. Shifting gears again, I'm having a real problem with gigaparts. I bought my one of my well, maybe two of them, FTDX10s from Gigaparts at the Huntsville Ham Fest, and they had a special where it had an 8-year warranty. I bought it back in 2021, and I used the internal speaker, but I recently relocated the radio and needed to go to an external speaker. So I've got a little Yaesu remote speaker designed mostly for mobile use, and I plugged that in, and when I did, as it's supposed to happen, the internal speaker quit, and the external speaker would not start up. It didn't work, and the speaker was good. So when I unplugged it, I still didn't have an internal speaker. And the headphone jack on the front of the radio feeds audio to the headphones just fine. So obviously it's a defective jack. So I called them up to get a return material authorization number, because they require that. And they've been giving me the runaround. They told me I had to call Yaesu and discuss it with them. And that's bull crap. It's an embarrassment. I mean, why should they tell me what I already know? It's a bad jack. And they're not talking to me. They asked me to send them a book outlining the history of the radio and all kinds of irrelevant crap. I mean, they've over the weekend, I got them to confirm the 8-year warranty and all that's cool. So I just need an RMA number. So I'm going to try to get a hold of the manager of the store, because the mail order part doesn't handle warranties. It's some subgroup within the store. But they're really jerking me around, and I'm a good customer, or was. So they had better get with the program. And it's like they're treating me like an idiot. And that part might be true, but this is such a simple problem that, you know, it's just ridiculous. And so I'm battling them, and I'll keep you guys posted. I'm sure the 8-year warranty is a Gigaparts warranty, not a Yaesu warranty. And you know, if I call Yaesu and it's obvious what's wrong with it, they'll say, well, why are you bothering me? And which, you know, is not helping Gigaparts. It's kind of like dealing with Duke Energy. The people I'm dealing with, the first girl was very nice, and the other two that I'm supposed to be talking to won't talk to me. And just like Duke Energy. And I'm sure they don't know which end of a vacuum tube plugs in the socket. So, I'll get off my high horse and send it over to Buddy, WB4ARK in the group, KZ4B over.
KZ4B, WB4ARK. Okay, Steve. Well, sounds like you got a little problem going on there. Much like the one I had with Newark Electronics and the power supply I bought that was defective, and it took me about a month and a half to get it get a return authorization for it. But we got it done. got it taken care of. So all that is behind us now, and I'm back on good grounds with Newark Electronics. So anyhow, I don't, let's see, the temperature here is 64. And it looks like I'm hitting my ART13 audio a little bit too hard again. We'll have to back it off a little bit when we get a chance. The other thing I wanted to comment about was grass. We don't cut during the winter, and it stays green the year round. So I use fescue grass, and it just becomes rather dormant during the winter time and doesn't grow. So that makes it really nice. Maybe I have to cut it one time. That's about it. But if there is any sign to all of the acorns that are falling off of our white oak and red oak trees in the yard, which we have a plethora of those, we're going to have a tough winter because the ground is covered with acorns, and they are falling on the roof and hitting the gutter, and it's amazing. It sounds like a war out there. But we could have, that old saying is just an old saying, I think. Doesn't really mean anything, because we've had acorns like this before, and we didn't have a rough winter. So we'll see what happens this time. Let's see. Your audio, George, you were 80 plus dB on the R390. A very strong signal. A slight bit of fading, but not much at all. Nothing, no deep fading, just kind of surface fading. And I'm glad the guys down below us took a sabbatical, because it seems like they were really interfering with some of the weaker signals that I receive here. But basically, I don't have any problems with them because everybody blanks them out. I don't know why they don't move down another 5 kc or so, but that's that. Anyhow, over to Cliff. WB4NKL, WB4ARK. I think Cliff must have had to go check on his building people.
Yeah.
It must be out there. Go ahead and Glenn, pick it up. N4AK.
You doubled.
Okay,
Oh, Glenn, go ahead, pick it up. N4AK.
so I'm running today the FT DX10, nice rig, and the SP200. I found some new old stock F572Bs. My other ones were quite weak, so now I'm running about 115, 120 watts out today. George, I'm very impressed. I am very impressed with your discipline to continue to do the exercises. I, on occasion, have had those exercise devices, and they look pretty, but I soon ignore them as best I can, unfortunately. And great on your sports, the project. Buddy, we're having all those acorns also. From my house, my driveway kind of slants down for a good bit, and I use it for a walking path and walk down the hill and then walk back up. But now I got so many acorns on there, I'm scared to walk without first blowing the acorns off, because it's just like walking on marbles going down there. I almost slid down the other day, and I said, whoop, got to blow all these acorns off. I've never seen so many. John, I know this is too simple, and it probably won't work, because those little contacts in the speaker lead and others is probably kind of bent out. But just on a long shot, I'd take some deoxit and spray in there just for the heck of it, and then pray. May not work, but maybe it'll make you feel better that you've done everything. So Doug, over to you, W4DCS and 4AK.
Okay, Glenn, fine business. N4AK and the group W4DCS. And yeah, John, they probably don't repair them. They probably replace them, and they don't want to do that. But you know, if it was me, rather than go through the aggravation, that's probably a simple problem. And I know you got the warranty, but I'd probably just forego it and take care of it myself. Yeah, I doubt they have their own repair department. Maybe they do. You know, I could be wrong there, but it usually doesn't pay to try to do that anymore. Everything's disposable nowadays. So good luck with that, though. I know it's got to be frustrating. And yeah, on the grass, I had some trees come down and laid there for, well, probably about a month before I could get anybody in here to get them out at a reasonable price. And so it pretty much killed the grass back there. So I'm just trying to grow fescue, get it going. I guess fall's the best time to try to do it. So it's coming along. It needs some rain, though. That last rain we got, several days of drizzling rain really helped. I got it in before that, so that worked out. And this is the Heathkit fuse blower. It's had a couple different problems. It wouldn't show up till I was keyed down for a while, but last time I pulled it apart, I found one of the finals was glowing red after being keyed for a while, and couldn't find anything wrong. All the bias looked okay and everything, so I swapped the tubes around, and it followed the tube. So hopefully that's the end of that gremlin. We'll see. I like to operate it. It's just a simple rig. The only problem I have with it is the weight. And gosh, I just got too many rigs around here. I need to unload some of them. Too many boat anchors. Anyway, good net this morning. Great signals, man. Beautiful conditions. So everybody's sounding good. Charlie, here it comes. W4MEC, W4DCS.
Okay, Doug, W4DCS and the old friends, W4MEC. If you have any late check-ins that would like to join us, come now. One more time, Cliff, are you back? I guess not. I can't turn this stupid thing off here. Hold on. Yeah, okay. That was W4MEC and the old friends there. I was watching the video there, so I guess that guy was on the tower to give it weight to get it to come on down. So, yeah, he said that's pretty good there. So, well, was it hung up in a tree? And it must be seriously hung up in that tree. I'm amazed that It didn't just snap off the elements from Miyagi or something, let it come down. Anyway, there's a couple other videos in there too that were interesting also. You know how those things are, you watch the first one and all of a sudden you get hooked, so. Anyway, let's see. Got a big day today. I gotta go. Let's see. My daughter-in-law is in Florida, down at that conference at Disney World. As she can't go to Disney World, they actually forbade them from going to Disney World. But I think it meant during working hours. You know, like skip the conference and go to Disney World. And said no, but I guess they can do it during their off time. So. I don't know if she completed the TikTok challenge down there, which was to go to all 4 parks and ride a ride and get something to eat, and do it on your phone, where you could record it and prove it. I don't know what it gets you, probably nothing, but notoriety perhaps on the list of people that did that. So I assume she did that yesterday, but don't know. So now we got to go down to Polk County at the end of the day, and my grandson is in a cross-country meet down there at Polk County Middle School, so got to go retrieve him this afternoon. So that's about the height of the activity around here today. So I've been trying to get to Home Depot to get lumber, but yesterday with all the rain, I got it tied on the roof of my truck and on my topper, on the rack I've got on topper, and I didn't want to drag it home wet, so I didn't go yesterday. So maybe I will attempt it today. We'll find out. Let's see what. Kings Mountain Battle. If you're, what is it? Is it old North Carolina 105? Is that the number? I have to look it up. There's a dirt road that basically comes up from Marion, and you pick it up there, you go up into the mountains, and you get on this dirt road, and there's actually a sign at the beginning of it that says 4-wheel drives only, and it pops you out at Linville Gorge, and it actually pops out on the parking lot for Linville Gorge, and when you come out of there, you come out at the restaurant there. That's right on all 3 county lines. And anyway, the dirt road, if you're ever up there and wonder where that dirt road goes, if you take it, it takes you all the way back towards Marion. And anyway, there was a cutoff there, and it cut cross country to a place called Dobson Knob where we had a repeater site. And on that cutoff, there was a trail, and it's a hiking trail now. But it is where the troops came from the Appalachians to fight in that battle, and it's marked as such. And it goes, I don't know how far you can hike it, but it's still there. And every once in a blue moon, you'd see somebody backpacking down that trail. So, but they do still recognize the event and the folks that came out of the mountains to fight in it. So, interesting stuff there. So anyway, let's go back around. We can do a 73 round. What is it, about 12 minutes till? We can work through a 73 round on the slow rate, I guess, with WA4LLR in the group. W4, Missy.
Okay, Charlie, fine business. Yep, famous Louise Rock House Restaurant sits on all those different county intersections. And Linville Gorge and Wiseman's View, that's a mighty pretty area. Yeah, the thing that made that particular video funny to me is my insurance agent was the one that was cranking the tower. And I don't know who the rodeo rider was, but they sure messed up that beam. Anyway, yeah, those guys are over around Spruce Pine. Thanks for calling, Charlie. I got to bug out of here and head over into Tennessee. So I'll say 7-3, God bless, and Lord willing, we'll catch up with you on Thursday. And let's see, Steve, you covered for me on Sunday. Would you like me to do the net on Thursday? I'll be glad to do it if need be. So everybody have a great day, and Lord willing, we'll see you then. N4LQ, WA4LLR73.
Okay, Dave. No, don't worry about it. I'll go ahead and take care of it. I'm sure we'll get even one of these days. This is N4LQ, and I'm going to re-upload that video because that That's what you call a short on YouTube, and it chops off the sides, and you can't see the guy cranking the hoist jig over there. That's he looks to me like he's cranking it the wrong direction. I'm not sure why, but anyhow, I'll do that again and see if we can get the whole thing in view. Um, John, sorry to hear about your Yaesu problems. I've had trouble with Yaesu. Every time I end up with a Yaesu rig, I end up with problems. I had a FTDX 3000 that I bought new, and within a matter of about a week, the audio went out, and I sent it back to Yaesu, and they sent it back to me, and I sold it. I said, I don't need this. And among a lot of other things, I bought a brand new FT1000 MP back in the 90s, and it worked okay, except on 30 meters, I had a chirp on CW. And so I got rid of that, and it's just story after story of the Yaesu blues. Anyhow, we'll go ahead and say 73s and turn it over to John. KZ4B, N4LQ.
Okay, N4LQ in the group, KZ4B, fine business there, Steve. I have had real good luck with Yaesu radios. This is the first one I've ever sent back, and like I say, the Yaesu warranty's out, but the Gigaparts was running a special with an 8-year warranty, which is 5 years beyond the 3-year Yaesu warranty. So it's between me and Gigaparts, and so far I'm not impressed. Shifting gears, talking about Kings Mountain, Ferguson was an interesting guy. He was a brilliant gun inventor, a gunsmith, I guess you'd call him. He invented the Ferguson rifle, which was a very, very well designed breech-loading flintlock rifle. To load it, you flip the rifle upside down and use the trigger guard to unscrew a plug that left a hole that went into the back of the barrel. And you drop your ball in there and then pour in the powder, and which puts it behind the ball, and then you screw the trigger guard plug back in, flip the rifle over and fire it, which is much quicker than trying to force a lead ball down a barrel with an interference fit, which is what slowed you down with the rifle back then. They hadn't invented the mini ball that dropped in, and then when you fired the gun, the bullet expanded to lock into the rifling. But anyway, he had no Ferguson rifles at the Battle of Kings Mountain. They said that he had a terrible personality. Everybody hated his guts. And Horatio Gates, to get rid of him, he was up in New England, and I think he had financed 3,600 man army that was under his command, and he equipped them all with his Ferguson rifle. Well, they sent Ferguson south without his rifles and without his 3,600 man group, and that was problem number one, because the rate of fire was much higher with a Ferguson rifle than with like a Kentucky long rifle. And also, the real thing that screwed him up was the over-the-mountain men from Sevierville knew how to compensate for the elevation. If you shoot straight and level, there's a drop that's rather gradual, but if you shoot down at a fairly severe angle, then you end up hitting a point that's significantly higher than your aim point because the way the vector forces of gravity work. So his people, not being used to shooting in the mountains, were shooting over the Sevierville guys' heads. And so Ferguson's guys were missing the target, and the Sevierville guys knew how to compensate, so they were killing Ferguson's guys. And that same effect came to light when the guy that got shot out in Utah, the guy that shot him was aiming down at a fairly severe angle, and he didn't know how to compensate, so he was aiming for center mass, which would be like his chest, and he ended up hitting his neck because he didn't know how to compensate. If he'd been off just a little bit, then he would have missed, but no such luck. So that's something that people don't think about. So I have rambled on too much as usual. Thanks for calling the net, Steve. Enjoyed it, and hope everybody has a great week. So if you're still there, buddy, I think you are, take it away. WB4ARK in the group, KZ4B, over.
KZ4B, WB4ARK. Okay, John. Well, for what it's worth, I would just pull that jack out and replace it. I mean, it can't be that expensive, and you might find that it's repairable. So you might not even have to do anything as far as replacing it, just fix the problem. But yeah, you can get bent out of shape on repair parts and so forth, but sometimes it's better just to solve it yourself. Anyhow, I guess that's about it. We'll say 73, and thanks for calling the net. Who was calling the net? Charlie? Charlie calling the net today? Yep, Charlie was calling the net. So thanks very much, Charlie, for calling the net today. And we'll look forward to Thursday. So over to George, K4GD, Cliff, WB4NKL, if Cliff is there now. If not, it goes to, who does it go to? Well, whoever it goes to, it goes to, I don't know. Anyhow, pick it up if it goes to you. This is WB4ARK clear.
Yeah, Glenn, if you're still there, go ahead.
N4AK on the phone, sorry, 7-3.
Okay, Glenn, bye-bye. See you next Thursday. And Doug, one more.
Okay, Charlie. Yeah, I'm still here. And, yeah, buddy, I agree with you. Rather than go through the frustration of dealing with some of the morons you get on the phone trying to do an RMA, I'd probably just pop the cover and maybe something simple. The Yazoo Blues. Steve, you should write that song. I had some good luck. Chuck, N4RIQ had a FT 2000, and it had a display problem. Some segments were gone, and it would lie about the frequency it was on, and he asked me to look at it for him. You know, I told them, well, we're just going to have to replace the display. It was all surface mount and microscopic surface mount parts. And anyway, he called Yaesu. He was able to they located one, because this rig's been around a while, and found one in Japan. It took several months to get it, but they shipped it on a slow boat, and finally came in. He had it shipped directly to me, and yeah, put that in, and I ended up picking up the rig from him. I liked it. And, you know, Red, he was gonna sell it, so I just went ahead and bought it from him. It's sitting here right in front of me, but yeah, they were good about getting the part at a reasonable price. I mean, I think it was $150 for the board. So anyway, that's a good news story on Yaesu. Charlie, thanks for calling it. Been a long one. You earned your keep this morning, buddy, and the band held up wonderful. Amazing. So anyways, enjoyed it. 7-3, hope you guys all have a great day. W4MEC, W4DCS clear.
Very good, Doug. W4DCS and the old friends, W4MEC. Real good. Thanks for everybody that's checked in. And if you want to look at something interesting, scroll down that list of videos on the ones below the tower one and find the one that says he's smooth with it, and check out the woman with a unique way of using a hula hoop. Anyway, 7-3 all. We'll maybe see you tonight on 1864 and for sure Thursday. It's W4MEC shutting down the old Friends Net. Bye-bye.